Close your eyes and imagine nothing. No sky, no land, no ticking of time, just silence. Then a point of light, a pulse, a breath. In ancient Indian tradition, this was the Brahmanda, the cosmic egg, holding the entire universe within. When it cracked open, reality emerged, and with it began the long, eternal story of Bharat. Indian thought doesn't see time as a straight line. It sees it as a wheel. At the center of that wheel is Brahma, the creator, whose single day, called a kalpa, stretches 4.32 billion years. Can you believe that? That's almost exactly how old scientists think the Earth is. Coincidence? Maybe, but a fascinating one. With each breath of Brahma, the universe is born, and then it dissolves. Over and over again. Inside every kalpa, human morality cycles through 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dvapara, and Kali. Each one is like a season of the world, slowly decaying from gold to shadow. We live now in Kali Yuga, the age of confusion, noise, and restlessness. The final stage before the wheel turns once more. Why imagine such vast spans of time? Because in Indian thought, the cosmos isn't just out there. It reflects what's inside us. Childhood, youth, age, rebirth. The wheel outside turns with the wheel within. Now comes Manu, not just the first man, but the preserver of all life. One morning, as he cups river water in his hands, a tiny fish slips between his fingers and astonishingly speaks. Yes, it speaks. It begs for safety from larger fish. Manu takes it in, keeps it in a jar, then in a pond, then in the sacred Ganga, until it grows enormous and reveals itself as Vishnu, the protector, in the form of Matsya, the fish avatar. Matsya warns of an impending flood that will wipe the world clean. He tells Manu to build an ark, to gather the seeds of every plant, every creature, every craft, every book of wisdom. When the flood comes, the ark is tied to Matsya's horn, and together they ride the waves until the waters fall and the ark comes to rest upon the Himalayas. A beautiful tale, isn't it? But more than that, it speaks of purpose. Bharat, this land, wasn't an accident. It was chosen, a cradle where life could begin again, not just survival, stewardship. Now, lift your eyes to the night sky. There, in the stars, is the Saptarishis mandala, the Big Dipper. But in India, it's more than that. It's the home of the 7 sages. Vasishtha, Vishwamitra, Atri, Gautama, Bharatvarsha, Jamadagni, and Kashyapa. Sages, yes, but also cosmic librarians, guardians of memory, passing knowledge from one yuga to the next. And those stars, they're millions of years old, still shining, still watching. A reminder that wisdom is always there, above us, guiding us, if only we remember to look. Now we come down to earth, to a land shaped not just by mountains and rivers, but by memory. Ancient texts speak of 9 great continents. At the center lies Jambudvip, and within it, Bharatvarsha, the land of Bharat. But who was Bharat? In one story, he is the son of King Dushyanta and Shakuntala, a noble ruler born of love and longing. In another, he is a legendary emperor, stern, just, brilliant, who united tribes not with weapons, but with dharma, righteousness, order, truth. His name lives on. In Article 1 of India's constitution, we read, India, that is Bharat. Imagine that. A name older than Rome, older than most recorded history, standing strong in the heart of a modern democracy. It's more than a name, it's a responsibility. Across Bharat, every river, every stone carries a story. Ganga is not just a river. She's a goddess, a lifeline, a purifier of sins. Yamuna dances beside her, darker, more mysterious. Saraswati? She vanished long ago, but her memory flows through poems and prayer. And science? It speaks too. Geologists say there was a river once called Saraswati, flowing beside the Indus, long before the Vedas were written. As it dried, it slipped from maps, but not from minds. Myth remembers what history forgets. You might ask, did these stories really happen? Can we prove them? But that's not the point. Myth doesn't always aim to be literal. It holds truth in metaphor. Just as the Greeks gave us Achilles and the Norse gave us Odin, India gave us a cosmos that breathes and a homeland that listens. And then archaeology joins the tale. Excavations in places like Mergar, Rakhigarhi, and Dholavira reveal thriving settlements over 9,000 years ago. Cities with granaries, sanitation, planning, long before the pyramids. So perhaps, as the stories say, civilization didn't begin here, it continued here. But you may wonder, why does this matter now? In a world of apps, traffic and algorithms, what place do fish gods and cosmic wheels have? The answer is simple. They're still here. The Indian calendar tracks equinoxes and solstices, just like the ancients did. The mantras at weddings, chanted for thousands of years. Even India's space missions carry names from myth. Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan. Science and story, walking side by side. To understand Bharat is to understand that the infinite is never far away. It lives in our breath, in rituals, in rivers, in names. Bharat's story isn't locked in the past. It is always returning, always beginning again. So, we have traveled from silence to stars, from floods to sages, from myths to memory. And this is only chapter 1, because next time we enter the age of heroes, where a prince named Rama walks into exile, where demons rise, and where the battle for dharma begins. If the story of a universe that breathes and a land that remembers sparks something in you, come along. The epic of Bharat has only just begun.